Namaste. We are here to talk about the invisible force behind the Indian economy, who bring 2% of the country's GDP. Unlike the popular belief, that's not Mr. India stealing from Mogambo. They are migrant workers and laborers. In 2012, there were around 48 crore workers in India, the second largest after China, in which over 94% or 45 crore are part of India's unorganized sector. In local terms, the organized sector or the formal sector in India refers to licensed organizations who are registered and pay GST. These include publicly traded companies, incorporated or formally registered entities, corporations, factories, shopping malls, hotels and large entities, and large businesses. And unorganized sector, which is also known as own account enterprises, refers to all unlicensed, self-employed or unregistered economic activities such as owner-manned general stores, handicrafts and handloom workers, general traders, farmers, barbers, vegetables and fruit traders, newspaper vendors. The list goes on and on and on. You get the idea. The unorganized sector in India has low productivity and offers low wages. Even though it accounted for over 94% of the workers, India's unorganized sector just created over 57% of India's national domestic product in 2006. According to reports, 45 crore Indians are internal migrants. This means that 1/3 of the population of India are migrants. That is why you see less locals in every town and city in our country. That is why every 5th person you see in Bengaluru is a Malayali and every 3rd person you see in Kerala is a Bengali. And about 4 crore people are migrant workers who work in unstable employment. Given India's tremendous rate of population growth, which is about 25 births in a minute, let me put that into perspective. A typical smoker takes about 10 puffs of a cigarette and takes about 4 minutes to finish it. So, by the time you smoke a cigarette from start to end, about 100 babies are born in India. And because of India's aging characteristics, India is adding about 1 crore 30 lakh new workers every year to the labor pool. To tackle that, Indian economy is adding about 80 lakh new jobs every year, predominantly in the low-paying unorganized sector. The remaining 50 lakh youth joins the poorly paid partial payment and casual labor for temporary infrastructure and real estate construction jobs, or in many cases being unemployed. Migrant workers in Kerala, India's southernmost state, are a significant economic force in the state. According to reports, there were around 25 lakh internal migrants in Kerala in 2013. Every year, the migrant worker population in Kerala increases by 2.35 lakh. Most of urban India is filled with migrants. For example, Bengaluru, the so-called Silicon Valley of India, and also arguably which has the best climate in India, among other cities anyway, which has an active night culture and also is home to 800 clubs and bars. Back in time, the city was referred as the Garden City of India, but now the gardens are gone, only bars and pubs are here. So now the city is named as the pub capital of India, informally. Bengaluru, with a population of 26 lakhs, around 44 lakh are classified as migrants. That means almost half the people living in the urban state capital are migrants. This is why most of the shops in Commercial Street, Chickpet and the Pani Puri stalls outside your MNCs are run by Rajasthanis, Biharis and Odissi people, and not by Kannadigas. This is the same story in most metro cities in India. The idea of migration is not new. Migrations have taken place in our country for more than a century, but they have exploded in the past 28 years. According to the 2011 census, India saw its highest migration flow in the independent history of the country. So what is the root of all the migration? The simple answer is rural distress. We smashed agriculture and millions of livelihoods collapsed. Every other livelihood in the countryside has been savaged as well. Handlooms and handicrafts are the biggest employers in this country after agriculture now. Boatmen, fishermen, toddy tappers, toy makers, weavers, dryers, one after the other, they are all going down like 9 pins. What option did they have? We have long ago destroyed their options they had in the villages to ensure our army of cheap labor. Jump to the present time in 2020. Due to the China Communist Party virus, the death toll in world is about more than 3 lakh people and more than 40 lakh people are infected. Crores of lives are affected directly and indirectly by the CCP virus. However, in the recent days, a particular group of people are making the headlines who never used to get noticed in the rush of boosting our economy. Migrant laborers. With the nationwide lockdown, all the migrant workers, laborers who were getting paid on a daily basis are left with no resources to survive and are heading back home in any way they can. The reason that they want to go home and they are going home back is because simple. They don't have money to eat, to survive. They came into the cities for money in the first place. Now they don't get it. That's why they want to go back. At least for now, till the pandemic gets over. Now they want to travel, but the interstate travel is not allowed in India. And also it is not possible for them to stay in the cities because they don't have money. So they are forced to go back any way they can. Even if that means walking thousands of kilometers with their family, small kids, elder parents, pregnant wives. In some places, migrants were demanding buses and trains so that they can travel back to their home. And massive public gatherings have happened in metro cities like Delhi and Mumbai. With all they can carry, they are marching towards their home in the hope of survival. It is sure that this amount of gathering is against the norm of social distancing. But do they have any other way? Our government understands that gatherings like these could spread the virus on a much higher rate and could even make it communal. And hence they opted to start bus and train services for migrant workers. But all these lakhs of people cannot wait for their turn as the trains and the buses are few in number and limited. Also, we should not forget that they don't have money to buy food for delayed transportation. Government, NGOs and other good-hearted men and women are giving food and other necessary items in their cities, but the demand is on a much higher scale. So some of them have chosen to go home by any means, but life could not be that easy, right? 6 migrant workers were run over and crushed to death by a state transport bus in UP's Muzaffarnagar. The workers were walking to their home in Bihar. 16 migrant workers were crushed to death by a goods train in Madhya Pradesh. Not only these two, there have been several accidents recorded. A total of 69 people have died because of road and rail accidents. Amid the coronavirus pandemic, they are getting visible to everyone. Till 26th March, we never knew about the migrant laborers. Let me correct that. We all knew about them, but we chose to ignore them. Suddenly, we see thousands of them on the streets, and we see a pinch inside us because we have lost our services. We didn't give a damn for them until 26 March. We did not even think of them as human beings with equal rights. 10 special trains were to run from Bengaluru to the northern states of India in the second week of May 2020. But the great B.S. Yediyurappa government on Tuesday cancelled all the trains, virtually locking lakhs of migrant workers who are desperate to go to their homes. They cancelled the trains after a meeting with real estate companies and big construction builders. The government said many migrant laborers have already left, and the people who are left in the state, they are required since the construction activities are resuming. After this news, due to public outrage and pressure from the central and the opposition, they resumed the services of trains and buses for the migrant workers. But some of the migrant workers already left on foot. Men like Chandrabhushan Sahani, a 24-year-old worker, said that he started walking from Hebbal in Bengaluru with 300 rupees in his pocket and 90% charge in his phone, hoping that it would last on the journey till Siddharthnagar in Uttar Pradesh, which is, according to Google Maps, is 1909 kilometers away from Hebbal, and it takes about 16 days and 2 hours to reach there by foot. A government is trying their best to return the workers to their home. The Railways has operated 806 special trains since May 1st, 2020, ferrying more than 10 lakh people. The Railway Authority said they will be running 100 trains every day to facilitate the faster movement of the migrant workers to their states. The efforts are still ongoing. We will be here to see and witness what happens to the invisible force behind the growth of our economy. We shall not forget that the internal migrants are the face of our economy. We sit on the chairs they built, walk on the roads they built, live in the homes they built. Now it is time that we take care of them in these scary times when they need our help the most. Namaste.